Donald Trump's Truth Social is officially stepping deeper into the crypto world. This time, it's not just Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's a newly proposed crypto ETF, dubbed the Crypto Blue Chip ETF, that includes XRP alongside BTC, ETH, Solana, and Cronos. Filed under an S-1 registration with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, this fund would offer indirect exposure to a carefully selected mix of leading digital assets. If approved, it would be one of the first publicly traded crypto ETFs to include XRP, something that carries both financial and symbolic significance. Let's unpack what this means, who's behind it, what the weightings reveal, and what this might signal about XRP's growing relevance in the institutional world. Truth Social, the media arm of Trump Media and Technology Group, submitted the ETF proposal through its sponsor, Yorkville America Digital. Forex Dax Trust is slated to serve as the fund's custodian. According to the SEC filing, this crypto blue chip ETF would be composed of 70% Bitcoin, BTC, 15% Ethereum, ETH, 8% Solana, SOL, 5% Cronos, 2% XRP. That allocation alone tells us quite a bit. The overwhelming weight toward Bitcoin is expected. BTC remains the most liquid and institutionally accepted crypto asset. Ethereum follows as the leader in smart contracts and DeFi infrastructure. But the inclusion of XRP, even at just 2%, is noteworthy. Why? Because it suggests a quiet but growing acknowledgement of XRP's role in payment technology and its status as a viable, regulated digital asset in the U.S., especially after Ripple's partial legal victory over the SEC in 2023. This is not Truth Social's first crypto filing. In fact, it follows previous applications for Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs. What's different now is the broader basket approach and the fact that the ETF includes a mix of politically safe and institutionally relevant assets. The move also comes shortly after Trump Media struck a partnership with Crypto.com, aimed at launching what they called a suite of made-in-America digital investment products. That collaboration may help explain the inclusion of Cronos, Crypto.com's native token, which surged over 11% following the announcement. So, what Truth Social is doing here isn't random, it's strategic. By bundling XRP with other blue-chip assets, the firm is positioning XRP as a core, if minor, part of its investment thesis. This reflects growing mainstream acceptance, especially in the face of recent institutional filings. XRP's inclusion in the ETF is symbolic for another reason. While the SEC has been cautious with XRP, delaying or outright resisting earlier efforts to list XRP spot ETFs, this filing aligns with a broader shift. Just last week, the SEC approved Grayscale's digital large-cap fund, which also includes XRP. Though that conversion was paused shortly after, the approval signaled a clear softening stance. Meanwhile, major firms like Bitwise and Franklin Templeton are actively seeking XRP-specific ETFs. In short, XRP is moving from the margins to the mainstream. Assuming regulatory approval, the ETF would trade on the New York Stock Exchange. That would give both retail and institutional investors access to a diversified crypto portfolio without the need to custody digital assets themselves. But the SEC's role is still central here. As we've seen with the delayed ETF approvals across the board, regulatory clarity remains the biggest hurdle for all crypto-based funds, especially those involving XRP or smaller altcoins like Solana and Cronos. Whether this new filing moves faster than others will depend heavily on political winds, regulatory pressure, and how the SEC views bundled exposure versus individual asset ETFs. Truth Social's latest ETF filing isn't just another crypto product. It's a message. It signals growing confidence in digital assets, and perhaps even a bet that XRP's moment is closer than many expect. By placing XRP alongside BTC and ETH in a fund branded as Blue Chip, Trump's media arm is giving XRP a seat at the institutional table. And that could be the start of a bigger narrative shift. Thanks for watching. Keep your eyes on the filings, the approvals, and the market's response, because ETFs may be the next big chapter for XRP.